you doing? So, this company called Essentials. I was walking my dog, who's blind now, so I have to really keep an eye on him. And we're walking for a nice little walk, and this dude walking in front of me, and he has a sweatshirt on called Essentials. And underneath it says Fear of God. And it just struck me, fear of God? God doesn't want people to fear them. He wants people to love them. So I don't know what kind of campaign that is. It's kind of stupid. But however, and then as I turn the corner, I bump into a homeless guy who says some gibberish from the Bible and tells me I need to look at Luke something and have I been baptized, and because he needs money for his cell phone to be paid. And I said, yeah, sorry, dude. Maybe God doesn't want you on your cell phone, and that's why you don't have the money to pay for it. And we went back and forth. You know, he threw a lot of verses because that's what these homeless people do. They know the Bible, they know the verses, but they don't know how to get out of their own situation. Even because, I'm sorry, a lot of them get offered help, but they don't want it. So we had a nice conversation. I'm very cordial and nice to all the homeless people I bump into, unless they're not that way to me. And then I'll just walk away and try to make sure they're not coming behind me. Other than that, yeah, so there was another situation this week, or maybe last week, after the Grammys. Billie Eilish made some asinine comments. I made a little video on it, put it on the Emerson Mafia Facebook page because I went to Emerson. And I was just destroyed, viciously attacked by these woke liberals who didn't debate me on it. They just attacked me. They said, you stupid hat, you're an idiot, all this stuff. They called me all kinds of names. Yeah, that's the woke liberals. They don't know, they don't understand. They're like a dog with no teeth, all bark, no bite. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, one decided to send me a message privately and call me names. And then I finally had enough, and I said, yeah, he's from L.A., California. And I said, you wouldn't say that to my face. And he said, yeah, he would. So I gave him where I worked. And he never showed up. However, I wasn't working that day or the next day, but the third day, when I went to work, one of the customers said, hey, man, there's somebody wrote a bad review about you. And I go, what? So I went on Yelp and I looked at the review. And the first sign, it was this guy who sent me a Facebook message. He said, Robert. And I don't go by Robert. I go by Bobby. My page is Robert. All my serious stuff is Robert because that's my birth name. But I go by Bobby. I introduce my name as Bobby. So right there I go, ding, ding, ding. This is this fucking douche who didn't have the balls to come to the store and call me these names. So I sent him a message with the screenshot of the review, and he was like, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Don't bother me anymore. I don't want any trouble. Leave me alone, man. I said, I'm done, man. I don't hold a grudge, but come on. What kind of loser? Well, these Facebook people are a bunch of losers. And these social media and these Twitter people, they get up, and then I read that there's a nurse telling people to take needles. Other doctors and nurses and people just get needles and start putting this, I don't want to call it a chemical, but put this thing that they use, I guess, in surgery to help people feel no pain or sleep, and put it in a syringe and stab it in these people, and they'll pass out and die. Now, what's wrong with the left woke idiots? Okay? What is wrong with them? First of all, these people are working for the government. They're doing a job. Right? But you're going to side with the criminals. That's what they want. You people want the criminals to get away with what they're doing. And there is collateral damage. Of course, there are some innocent illegals, which is still not innocent, but there are some innocent illegals picked up. And you can blame the criminals for that. You can blame the illegal criminals and you can blame the governors and the mayors, like my beautiful mayor, Karen Bass, that just recently was pushing that she doesn't want anybody to help out ICE or let them set up their stations on their property, or they're going to be fined. So this is why innocent people are being picked up, because they're saying, can we please just go into prisons and get the criminals like they actually finally did in Minnesota? And they pulled them out. Now, these Marxist communist assholes who walk around and say they're social democrats, they're not social democrats. They're Marxists and they're communists, and you cannot call yourself that in this country and run for office or be part of that political party. So anyway, sorry, something just popped up in my. This is the problem with these fucking machines. You know, you're recording something, and a message pops up in the middle of the screen, and then I'm like, where was I? This is what these machines, these little slot machines, do. They distract, because when you get on a tier, or you get on things happening in your head and positive things, it distracts you. So be careful of that. And maybe that's God telling me, get off your cell phone.